Hi, I'm Feroz Khan, and welcome to Drag and Drop Low Code Unplugged, the podcast where we explore the game changing impact of low code in software development. Join me in insightful conversations with IT leaders and passionate low code enthusiasts who are at the forefront of this digital evolution. Together, we'll explore how early adoption of low code is giving businesses a competitive edge on a global scale. We'll discuss its impact on software development, dissect its role in transforming businesses, and uncover the ways in which it's reshaping career trajectories. So, whether you're a seasoned IT professional or a curious enthusiast, be sure to tune in as we share success stories and unravel the mysteries of low code. Subscribe now and stay tuned for a front row seat to the revolution that's shaping the future of technology. So, let's go. Hi, Alexey, how are you?
Hi, Feroz. Nice to see you, and it's really great to be on your podcast. It's a great honor for me.
I appreciate you taking the time to be a guest. And, I think I said when we spoke, you've got a very nice, podcast background, a lot better than what I've got going. So, I feel a bit, that, I need to pick up my game a bit in the background scene of podcasting. But no, I appreciate you taking the time. It'd be good to start with, for those who may not know who you are, a bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from.
Yeah, with pleasure. So, a couple of words about me. My name is Alexey Shmelkin. I'm right now working at Capgemini in the role of I'm responsible in financial services for the topic low code in Germany. And building here and having here a small team and driving this the topic low code in from Capgemini. I started work with a low code pretty almost 10 years. And came with actually not completely from the IT world, as a lot of the people on your
Yeah,
podcast. And I'm actually from the education perspective, I'm quantum physicist and
cool.
worked for the biggest international science projects like Large Hadron Collider in CERN, and IceCube is the biggest neutrino detector on the South Pole. And after my education, I worked at a manufacturing company, and that way there was my first connection with a low code without knowing that this is a low code
Yeah,
actually at that time, because I worked as a risk manager,
yeah,
and I saw there a lot of data silos, a lot of things that not working perfectly. The processes are not really works, and I started to, as a risk manager, I need something, need to work with data. And I just started to to make a deal with a lot of people. Like, I give you a small application that you can put your data in instead of working with Excel or Access or something like this, and you will get it more simple, faster, more convenient, and I will get the data, and I can build some dashboards out of that, and you don't need to take care of any reports at all. And year for year, my small applications started to save something like multiple thousands hours of just
wow,
manual work. And at that time, I understood, well, this is really cool thing that I have as a tool. And only after that, later, I understood that this was actually a low-code platform. It
okay, yeah,
was a Nintex at that point,
yeah,
with SharePoint, with some other tools. And I'm actually a citizen developer
yeah, yeah,
without knowing it.
yeah,
uh, and as a risk manager, my focus was, of course, risk management. But I did a lot of things that was actually connected with IT. And then after that, one company, IT company, consulting company, came to me and said, "Well, you like digitization, you like this digital transformation. Come to us, and you will focus on that." And I thought, well, actually, I always hated IT because it for me was really too slow, too much things that are going left and right, and there's just too much overhead. And from starting to doing something, from starting with an idea till you start actually doing something with a normal IT was just sometimes months and months of discussions, and that was really, I hated IT at that point of time. But then I understood, well, actually what I'm doing is also IT, but a little bit another kind of IT, and it actually works as fast as I want. Just as example was that there was a project, a risk management tool that took a couple of years to develop with some buggy with a high code. And as I needed this risk management tool for my work as a risk manager, I couldn't use the one that was there because it was a lot of bugs, a lot of problems, and for any enhancement you will need to pay thousands and ten thousands of dollars or euros. I just created with these low-code tools in 2 weeks the same tool from scratch.
Wow.
And there I understood, well, 2 years there, 2 weeks here with one person. There is something that is not perhaps understood at that moment. And then I went to this consulting company. They built the whole digitization department, starting almost alone. Then step by step, I got a team with 10 people where we did all 360 degree offer from choosing the low-code platforms, developing something there, and things like that. And then the next career step, I went to a bigger consultancy, and after 1 year, and another bigger consultancy. And now I'm here and driving the low-code with really my big passion. I did it not only in my work as a consultant, but I am also speaking about it with a lot of my relatives, with all my friends, and so on. They already hate this. That's why I created a YouTube channel. That's why you have this, you see this setup where I'm speaking about it and share my passion with a lot of people, trying to explain what is the beauty of that, and it's just not just a technology; it's a whole paradigm. But we will come to that later.
Yeah, definitely. And you've worked with now over the years. You've worked with 15 low-code platforms. That's much more than a lot of people. Your normal kind of person. Maybe usually most people have one or two experience. Do you know the 15 platforms by heart? Could you tell me the 15 platforms you've worked with?
Well, I can tell all of them, but I think it's not really necessary. I work with a lot of them, and I worked with, of course, a lot of famous ones that was on your podcast, for example, like Mendix, OutSystems, Power Platforms, but also something that are more niche things, things that are not firstly associated with a low code, like something like Salesforce, for example, where it's positioned as a low code development platform, for example, in Gartner quadrant. But for me, I will come to it a bit later when we speak about categorization of the platforms. I see that from my experience, there is a lot of different kind of local platforms. And during my career, I worked with the platforms that are really mainly focused on the citizen development. I worked with the platforms that are really focused on IT departments. I worked with platforms that claims that are no code, and this is the most beautiful thing that one could possibly have. And I worked with some other things. And because of this situation, because of the projects that I have. And as a consultant, I have a privilege to work on very different platforms, on very different with very different customers, with very different requirements on the low code. Some of them want just one use case. Some of them just want to really set strategically on the low code and transform the whole organization. And this is really great journey what they are doing. And I worked with with all kind of projects, and I will perhaps tell a little bit more about that during the podcast. And if we are speaking about the categorization that I mentioned, I see from this, from my experience, the 5 different main different areas. The first one is no code. For me, no code is a part of the low code, because it's just essentially the no code is that a low code platform without possibility to write a code. For me, it's just as simple as that, but that's of course much more. And there is a lot of companies where no code is a really beautiful solution with a lot of advantages, where citizen developers has really easy possibility to develop something. But of course, as always, you need to create some governance around that, because you don't want shadow IT, you don't want to create some idle solutions and things like that. You don't want it, of course, but you also want, on another hand, to create this, to embrace this creativity of the business departments. And these things, to balance these things, it's not an easy one, but I worked also on this kind of projects. Then the second one is the step from the no code towards more enterprise level low code. And there I see 2 different steps that is done in terms of maturity. One step is towards low code for business. This is the local platforms that still focus more on the business departments, but they allow you to create really complex solutions that can be scaled, that can be adjusted, that can be maintained by IT, and with a lot of reusability and things like that. So they are more complex, perhaps, a little bit more complex, but still they are focused on the business department. So business department can work with this platform still very efficient, very quick. For example, one of the platforms that I worked with that was Agile Point. Is something that is in some countries is more famous, in other countries is not so famous. In Germany, it is unfortunately not so famous, but it's really great platform. I see there a lot of advantages. Then another step from the no code is a step to the one was for business, and the second one is for IT. So I see that there is some platforms that actually trying to more to decouple from the idea that we are a low-code platform and sell the platform that can be embraced by IT to transform the whole company. Sometimes these platforms even don't say that they are a local platform. For example, we can mention Camunda or Flowable, there, things like that. And these are more complex things where it can be much more writing code in behind, but still there is a low code possibilities. And I saw some big projects where citizen development was done on these platforms also. Wouldn't be my first choice, but that was their choice. Then the fourth one, it's a little bit staying alone for me, is the product with low code. Product with low code is platforms like Salesforce, like ServiceNow, like Pega. These are the also big suites where you have as a focus really great product. and they are focusing on the product, and they have low code as just a possibility to customize things, to create something additional, to enhance the functionality, and this kind of things. And this is really great products, and their focus is on the product, and they have this possibility to enhance this. And then in the middle of all these things is that what we call in Capgemini enterprise low code. This is are the platforms that are really focused on the low code idea, on the low code paradigm, and they are scalable, and they can do really the most complex things that you can do with the low code itself, without any focus on any product, without any focus on some branch like insurance or banking or manufacturing and things like that. They are really completely neutral in this. And they are, from my perspective right now, so 2024 October, there's only 4 platforms that I see that are reached this enterprise level, and this is OutSystems, Mendix, Appian, and Power Platform. This is my view on that from my experience, what I saw.
Yeah, amazing. And I touched on that earlier, that you've worked with 15 platforms, and most people in their career will pick one or at most 2 and just follow a career in that direction. So how have you managed to work over so many platforms?
Thank you for this question. This is actually a funny thing. That was not my focus at the beginning, to say I will try all of them during my career, and just this would be my focus, to try all of them. That was not the case. It actually was during my really different projects, and because of this question, I would also like to tell that low code is not just for developers, not for professional developers sitting in IT, not for citizen developers. It's also a big thing for consultants, because there is a lot of things happening around the low code paradigm. And one of my favorite projects that I did a lot of in the past, and this is the reason why I have so many broad experience, is that we did a lot of projects for choosing the right platform for the customer requirements. And what happens? The customer says to us, "Okay, we have this use case, and we are looking now for the best platform to realize this use case. And we thought about this platform already, or we heard about this platform already. But you, as a consultant, perhaps you can tell me, according to this and these requirements, perhaps there is some better one." And of course, the first step is to define the requirements. What are the key points? How to decide this for the low-code platform? What are the main topics? What would be the main use cases? Do you want to, for example, keep it more in one department, or you want to spread it for the whole enterprise? Do you want to use it only for one use case, or you want to grow with a lot of use case? Is there something important for you, like if you want to enhance it, should it be Java or should it be C#, for example, because it's a matter for you, because you have, for example, a big department with Java developers, and everything is built on Java, and you actually not have a lot of experience with C#. Perhaps this could be things like that. Interfaces. How good or what kind of interfaces you need in your company? Do you need them out of the box? What kind of API needs to be supported, and so on and so on. So we need to create first a catalog of things that are important to the customer, and then we, according to this catalog, we look. Okay, you said that you heard about one platform. We think that from our experience, you would better suit with the second platform. Perhaps it can be 2-3 platforms. And then let's do like a beauty contest or something like that, where we just pick one use case and then just take 3-5 days, because low code should be fast.
Yes, of course.
We say, okay, let's take 3-5 days and do this use case and part of this use case in one platform and in another platform, and look what are the achievements, what we get in one platform and another platform, what will we get, and what we will see as insights. For example, there it works much better with user interface, but background doesn't work as good, and in another one it could be vice versa. And then we need to decide what is more important for them. There is some customers that still for their internal people are choosing with eyes. If you can create a nice looking user interface easily and fast in one platform, it's more preferable than in another one. You can do very fast the background work, backend, but the front end is not flexible enough. So this kind of drawbacks is just a pro and contra architecture decision. And with that, we can pick then a platform and use it for the use cases. And like this, I did already multiple projects. That's why I did it projects with 1-2 platforms, and created these use cases in different projects. Of course, the first project in a new platform for me will support the platform vendor. But I always must be neutral on that. This is my offer and my promise to the customer. I am neutral. I'm looking for the best solution for the customer, and that's why we are discussing every topic together with the customer and with the vendor. If the vendor says, okay, where you spend, I don't know, 1 day for doing that, you can do this other way around, and then it's just 2 clicks. Fair enough. I'm new in that platform. Of course, I need to know their hacks and tricks and tricks in that platform. But in most of the cases, I could really fast understand the idea, because the most important is to understand the idea of the platform. Every platform has actually an idea how to work with that, and some kind of mind of the architect that created the platform. If you get this idea, then you will work in this platform quite fast. If you want to only use your idea how to work and not believe in the idea of this platform, then you will have these problems. This is why some of developers really struggling with low code, because they have an idea how to work, and low code have another idea. And some people are flexible enough, and another people is not so flexible.
Definitely. And, can you talk about kind of, what kind of projects are connected to low code beyond development?
Yeah. So one is choosing the platform. The second one could be, for example, building the center of excellence, because the whole governance thing, how to create, how to govern the low code in your company. What are the decisions, what to be done in a high code, in low code, or for example in RPA, or with AI, or with anything else, with all technologies that you have, for which use case would be then the most suitable, or other way around, for the use case that you are now thinking about, what is the best technology or set of technologies that you should use for that. And this is a architecture decision. So how to build this architecture decision board or some guidance for this architecture decision board for these things, how to create scorecards, how to scale this whole thing, how to scale the projects, how to bring citizen developers on the platforms, all kind of things is this is more consultant thing, and that is what I said previously, that low code is not only for developers, it's also for consultants. Then I spoke with one bank, and it said, in our company, and it is a big bank, as you will see, we have 10,000 citizen developers, and we have over 50 different local platforms. How can we consolidate that? How can we manage that? Because they're just a lot of people running in a lot of different directions, and if you're not managing that, it's just generating a lot of shadow IT, a lot of solutions that are not scalable, not really working, and then you have much bigger problem as you had just with Excel.
Exactly.
And things like that. So this kind of different projects, and there is a lot of transformation of how you transform the development itself towards the more flexible, because it's not just that you make it faster. This is not just one thing. It makes the working together of business in IT on much and completely another level. And the thing is that when you working with the low code, I had this problem a lot of times, and I already had some bet with a customer that the customer, until, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 sprints, will not give me enough requirements as I am developing that. So they will need to overthink the way of defining requirements. They will need to overthink the whole development process, the whole application development lifecycle. And this is the thing that is not easy, and you need guidance on that if you not know how to do that. All these things are consultant job. So besides of development, there is a lot of to do also for consultants. And what I see additionally, that developers like a solution architect or technical lead in the project is making much more job just communicating with the customer, communicating with the product owner, to speaking about the solutions, and not for developing, because if you do it in a low code way, with a low code idea of this platform, you can do this. If you move your idea a little bit from that to that, it will take just one day in development. But if you really, really want that exactly like this, it must be. Then it can take 1 month. And this is a big difference.
Definitely. Crazy. And you've worked on multiple projects. Is there any success story you can share of one project where kind of low code's really made an impact, and talk about the successes of that project without mentioning customer names?
Of course, I'm not allowed to do that, as always. But in my career, it was one project that I really loved on one company that works with advertisement, and they needed a solution to create this advertisement on different places. So you are going through the city and you find somewhere a billboard where you see advertisement. And from the beginning of the idea that at this advertisement, at this place, it should be advertisement spot, until it is actually staying there, advertisement spot, it can take 1.5 year. So it's actually a big process. And when I started work with the customer, the whole process was done in a really huge Excel with almost multiple hundreds of columns. And of course, if you forget to set a checkbox in one column, perhaps this spot will stay for a year without any advertisement on that, because just someone forget about it. And with this Excel, this company could manage like 1,000 billboards creation per year. Then we created on the low code. We completely transformed this process and did it on the local platform. Long story short, at the end now, when I last worked on this project, there was I think 30,000 of
Wow.
billboards managed there. So
Wow.
you see there really huge impact that you can, because the whole thing was then on the map. You could see this on the Google map or on another map. It was OpenStreetMaps, the open source solution of that. You can see on the map all of your billboards, in which states are they already sold, they're not, what are the next steps for each of the billboard, and so on and so on. So there are a lot of visualization there. So for each of the city, you can see on one click, okay, here I have 3 billboards that is too much here, but I don't have something here. So because of the visualization of this data, and not just having coordinates, and that each coordinate you need to search on the Google Maps, and then create all of the PowerPoints to pick from the Google Maps some screenshots, how it would look like. You see this, all of the things live. Every change of the status is live there for everyone. And for me, it was a really great success. And there was also a great use case for me, because I started to work with this with one platform. And after 1 year of life, everything works good. And we wanted to scale the with another applications, with another use case on that platform. And we saw, okay, for the next use case, the license cost was so much that the customer said, okay, we don't have so much money for that. We will keep this as a island solution. And that was, of course, for me, something not really good. We worked on that. I spoke with the vendor, but there was no solution. And then I spoke with a customer, and it was really, really hard conversation. And I said, I want for you the best. And now on the market, during my research, I found another platform that can be more suitable for you. And the license cost will be much lower for you. And the implementation of the so migration from one low code to another low code will take not a lot of time, and you will save a lot of money with the licenses, and you will save a lot of money, because of this. In this platform, developing is also much better. To that point of time, when we started with the project, that platform was not mature enough. Now it is. Let's speak about of migration, and that's really, really hard for the consultant, and really hard for me, because I'm actually saying to the customer that my first suggestion was wrong. And it costs for the customer a lot of money to correct this. But that was really good decision at the end, because at the end we migrated from one to another, and the customer saves a lot of money, and can do a lot of more use cases now with that platform. But for me, of course, I'm not working only with customers. I'm also working with vendors, and that was not a good thing for the vendor, that after the customer had buy-in with the same partner, is going to another platform. It was a really hard decision for me, but this was the best decision for the customer, and that was for me the most important thing.
Amazing. And looking at the future, low code is, all these platforms are forever evolving. How do you kind of see, the future with low code, and what things are you looking forward to the most?
The thing is, for the low code, and difference between some low code platforms is also the size of the blocks, the reusable blocks. And the size not only of reusable blocks, but also the size of or how easy and how it is possible to customize each of the blocks. And it can be blocks in terms of processes, and can be blocks in terms of data reusage. It can be blocks in user interface. So it's a lot of or interfaces, all kind of these things. And what I see on the market, that more and more this kind of blocks is created, and the customizability, if there is a such word, of each of the block is growing. So and you can create your own blocks that you can reuse. So I see a lot of evolvement towards the idea that platform more concentrates of the integration of all of the blocks, and bringing a lot of things to the community to creating these kind of blocks. And this could work really, really great. I think in the future we are building a community, and we know that with, for example, with this enterprise local platform, there is a very big communities behind of them, and they are driving this idea also because of the open source idea of these blocks, that everyone then can reuse it. And sometimes I, for example, wrote on LinkedIn, hey, you created this and this reusable block in OutSystems or in Mendix. I'm struggling now on the implementing it for my use case. Can you help me on that? And this is something really very beautiful on the community, on that you can really go to someone who created something and speak with him or with her to understand it better. And I think if I would create such a usable block, and someone could ping me on LinkedIn and saying, "Can you help me on implementing it?" I think it would be such a great feeling. And even if I created it, for example, in another company, I think it would be really a beautiful feeling to belonging to a community and doing something not just for the company, not just for the client, but the whole humanity. To be a little bit powerful. And so I think that this will be getting more and more doing the things with the community, because the community is growing. Another thing would be, of course, as everywhere, big topic will be GenAI, because GenAI is doing a lot of great stuff already in the high code world, and we see it also in the local platforms, that they are starting to adapting GenAI to develop really inside their local platform. So you can, for example, I know on Mendix, for example, they really have the possibility now that you just type, this is my use case, create a data model for that. And then the data model will be created inside this platform. And this is really something great. And I think this will come more and more with every of the platforms, because this will be enhance even more the possibility to make it even faster, even easier for the citizen developers also, because they will start to develop on a conversational mode. But as always, I see that for developers, there won't be a point in the future that citizen developers can just do some conversation with AI and the whole thing will be done. I don't believe this will happen, just because of the role of the developers in the future. The role is changing from the idea, I will explain to you what to do and you will do that, towards more the consultant role. This is what I said, just move your requirement a little bit from that to that, and this will take not 3 months, but 1 day. And this consultant role is getting more and more important, and this is what I'm also always speaking with all of developers. You need to think how to implement requirements in the most easy way, and not just rethink the whole process, understand the whole idea. What wants really the business? Do they really want this drop down, or they just want to for example, the most easiest way, easiest example, the customer says, I want to choose this from the drop down, and then with some logic, check if this is a feasible valuable, very feasible value. Instead of that, let's give the opportunity, just choose one of the values that is feasible. And this thinking before the something happens would be at a lot of times much easier and much faster than checking if all of the things will work if you say it like save it like this.
Yeah.
And these kind of things, we really need to shift our minds as a developers from the idea we are just doing the stuff that is customer said or product owner said, towards the idea I'm consulting and I'm trying to understand your business, and I'm consulting you how to do what you want and create the most value in the less time. And this is more my purpose in the project, and not just doing what you said.
Yeah. And and as someone who your goal is to kind of give them the best low code solution, right? So when you're speaking to customers, there's this big thing. Even till today, people are still skeptical of low code. Usually, I think yourself not having that traditional background is great, because obviously you've come in and you don't have some kind of bias beforehand. But when you're speaking to new customers and you're going through this process, do you ever have any situations where they're quite skeptical to low code, and what would you say to those kind of people?
I would correct you. My master and my bachelor thesis was writing the code. So I
Okay,
have the
okay.
experience working with the code, because, well, in quantum physics, as quantum physicists, you need to code. Without that,
Yep,
modern physics doesn't work.
yep.
That's why I did it. So I know how to do that. Uh,
Mm,
and during my career, of course, I'm not developing I wouldn't say that
yep.
I'm a classical developer, that
Mm,
I can open Java Eclipse and do something there. I
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Perhaps I could do it with ChatGPT or something similar,
Yeah, yeah.
but doing it from scratch, no way. But still, the architecture things are same. And this is what key message for me for the people where I'm speaking to, because I mostly work with C-level, with CIOs, with architectures, with enterprise architects, and I was a lot of conferences where I spoke ahead of multiple hundreds of developers that was really skeptical about low code.
Yeah, yeah.
So I got a lot of already very furious questions about low code, that doesn't work, that can't work, and things like that. So I was confronted with a lot of these kind of things. And what I'm always saying is that people, this is the architecture way of thinking. You need to think as an architect. Do you really want to do the same thing over and over again? Do you really want to over and over again writing how this text box should look like, uh, and rebuilding the interface to, I don't know, to Salesforce or to SAP, and things like that? Of course, you have for that always the frameworks, or you have the libraries, and this you are reusing them. And the whole thing here is reusing everything that is already existing. And what a lot of developers are fearing about is the idea that you, and this is what I actually don't really like about low-code message and marketing message. It's a lot of focus on we are bringing citizen developers to the platform. And this is what IT really fears about, that there will be a lot of people that don't understand what is low-code, don't understand what is development, don't understand a lot of these rules, governance, and things like that, how to create a good solutions, and then just create something. And this is, of course, for every IT, it will be a horror if it happens like that. You need to think about governance. You need to think that every low-code project is an IT project. And when I'm showing to the IT people the capabilities of the modern the enterprise low-code, they are starting to understand that it's not just drag and drop and that's it, and without possibility to intervene or just a simple thing. When I'm starting to showing you, here is a big model about security, where you can define security and that and that and that and that and that, and on 15 different levels. When you are speaking about data, that you can keep data in this, in this, and that manner. And if we're speaking about interfaces, you can do it like this and like that and like that. If I'm showing how this actually happens, then the skepticism is actually goes is much lower first of all, and the second, when you I really like to speak with architects about that, because if you speak with them, and in my company I'm also actually a business enterprise architect. When you speak with architect on their language, but just another technology, and this is a local technology, but you have the same aspects, you have the same pro contra considerations, you have the same things about is it API, is it REST, is it SOAP, is it like this, and you are saying about reusability, of scalability, of security, and all kind of things. If you start to speak with them on their language, they understand, okay, this is not just a thing for citizen developer. They really understand, okay, it's much more than that. I need to look at it more precisely. Then we look on it, and after that, in most of the cases, they say, okay, I need to try it. And like this, if you try, then you will be convinced. If you don't try and just heard about it, this won't work. And one important thing, low code is not equal low code. If you want to use a platform that has as a focus business departments, for example, and you give it to the hardcore developer, this just won't work. And the same vice versa. If you give to the citizen developer something that is actually have a big focus to the developers, this also doesn't work, even if it's low code. So you need to find the right one, and you shouldn't judge on the experience you had on one low code platform about the whole low code paradigm.
Yeah, and talking about low code, and you touched on it earlier. You started your YouTube channel. Can you tell us a bit about the inspiration around it? Give it a bit of a plug. What kind of things can people expect to hear on your channel?
Yeah, thank you. And I will first of all the link of to this YouTube channel we will pack, of course, in the show notes.
Definitely.
And the local channel actually started already almost 3 years, well, 2.5 years ago, or three years ago, and started with an idea that I saw that when I'm speaking to the customers, I'm like this. I forget this like a messiah that comes from one door to another and tries to speak about God. I forgot how you call these people. And for me, it was actually here the same, that I'm coming from door to door and speaking with the customer. Do you want to speak about low code? This is a really great thing. And trying to convince them. And it was really like something religious behind that. And I understood that I need to create awareness, not only on the IT side, not only on the side of the skeptical people, but I also need to create awareness and understanding of what is actually going on the modern IT, on modern low code, and what is actually low code, also with the business people. And I saw that when I'm speaking one-to-one, in most of the situations, I can at least create interest for the topic. And in most of the cases, after the conversation one-to-one, the one wants to try or see what is low code and how it looks like and how it works. And I tried to just bring my understanding of this low code paradigm, and I named me a low code expert because of this broad experience. That's why it's Low Code Expert, the YouTube channel called, because I have these really different glasses that I have, starting from the citizen developer now to the business architect, enterprise business architect, with doing all kind of different roles in the project that I did. And so that's why I'm seeing myself here as an expert for the whole low code paradigm. I'm not seeing myself as an expert in one particular platform. I have good experience with a lot of them, and deep experience with a lot of them. But I'm not saying, but I'm not focusing on idea that I will be then the expert on particular this one platform. Perhaps it will happen in the future. I don't know. But right now I'm trying to be still be neutral on that, because I want to pick the best one for the customer and to be not biased on that. And that's why I created this YouTube channel, to speak about what is low code, what kind of things are happening left and right around that, what are the things, for example, what is a digital signature, or what is robotic process automation. So there's a whole playlist with the name "What Is," where I'm explaining some things around that. And I'm trying also to explain the whole paradigm. What is the benefits of using low code? What are the negative parts of that? For example, my current video was the most recent video was about make or buy decision, where I'm speaking. There is a classical make or buy decision. Do you want to create this solution with a high code? This is a make, and or you want to buy a already existing solution. This would be the buy, buy one. And my claim is that actually low code is the third option in that, because you have a lot of from buy that is already there in the platform, but you are doing a lot of things, so you have all the freedom and customizability from the make idea, and there's much more things that I'm telling there, but just one of the things that you can find on my YouTube channel. So my idea, as I said, for me, low code is my big passion. I'm working with low code not only on the work. I also worked with some politician on that. And I don't know if you heard about that. That also in Germany, for the public sector, it was a big tender where one low code platform was chosen for the whole public public things. I wasn't involved there, but that was a big success for me. That the idea that Germany also can set all the public services on our systems in this case. But I also work with politicians to make something more easy changing some laws to make it more friendly for the low code. And it was some success on this area. And as I said, I'm trying to work with as many people and as many customers on the idea to bring this, because I really believe in the idea of digitization, of the digital transformation. I see a lot of benefits there. I see also a lot of problems that can arise from that. That's why also a lot of governance projects, a lot of things, how to set this up, because without good governance, even with the best solution, the best tool, you will get something terrible. That's why I'm sharing my passion with my YouTube channel, and I'm trying to make more and more awareness for the low code. And that's why I'm really, really grateful that you contacted me to bring my passion to the low code also over your podcast.
No, amazing, and I really appreciate you, being a guest. And I think it's our goal is to create awareness for low code, and you're doing the same thing. So it's great to have you on and hear. And we discussed this before, that you being someone who's worked over so many platforms versus I always interview people who are very biased about, they have their favorite and that's the one they go for. And your goal is you're spreading the overall message of low code, and you're kind of going into a customer and doing the best solution that works for them, which as a whole, it doesn't have to be a particular platform. As long as the low code community is growing, that's the goal for us. And I think people like you are also pushing out videos is a big benefit. So I really appreciate you taking the time, and I think maybe again in the future we speak again and see how things have evolved. Sounds
That's
good.
It.
Cool.
Sounds great.
All right, Alexey. Well, I thank you again, and hopefully we can meet in person sometime as well.
I'm really want to do that perhaps on one of the user groups for systems or Mendix or for anything like that. I hope this will happen, and I would really appreciate to meet you in person.
Sounds good. We'll make it happen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you for listening to today's episode, which is brought to you by ITRAC. We are a leading staffing firm that solely specializes in supplying both contract and permanent low-code professionals to organizations globally. Navigating the niche landscape of the low-code market requires the best talent, and we recognize its critical importance for our clients. Whether you're a company looking to strengthen your team, an individual seeking the next career move, or someone entirely new to the world of low-code, we're here for you. Our extensive experience and in-depth market knowledge enables us to quickly pinpoint the ideal candidates while offering expert advice and support at every stage of your low-code journey. Reach out to us through our website or connect with me directly on LinkedIn. I'd be happy to assist you. Thank you once again for joining us today. We'll be back next week with another insightful episode. Until then, take care.